Hello, Jessica here. Welcome to the Jessica Show. Today is Wednesday, November the 3rd, 2021. And yes, last night is happening. Last night it happening with an Atlanta Braves baseball who had just won the World Series. And they beaten the Astros 7-0. They won the World Series in a good old-fashioned way. And what a win that was. They also had 2 home runs, 7 runs, and oh my goodness, they have beaten the Astros. That was last night. But now, they are playing since 1995, and they ended the drought, and it was already 26 levels to Atlanta Braves baseball, who did won their second World Series title. It was absolutely unbelievable for Atlanta to get to the top, to win the World Series. Last season they failed to beat the Dodgers to get to the World Series, but then this year, 1 year ago, they made it, and they finally made it, and they won the World Series in Game 6 of last night. It was unbelievable. They didn't think they did, and they did. They can do it. They didn't think they can do it, but they did. And that's why Atlanta Braves baseball was special. When I was a teenager, I watched the Atlanta Braves baseball. Brings me memories. And it is what it is. Atlanta, major team in the city, the Falcons almost won the Super Bowl. The Hawks failed to get to the NBA Finals. But now, what I just say? What did I just say about that? What did I just say about this? The Atlanta Braves are special. They are the special baseball team ever to get to the top. And they did won the World Series. And they party like it's 1995. It is what it is, folks. Tony Ritchie was here. Although, it was absolutely unbelievable. When I was a teenager, the Atlanta Braves talent. They had Dave Justice. They had Ella Jones, Brad Mannix, Gray Mannix, and John Smoltz. The entire team, Fred McGriff, absolutely wonderful. They are a wonderful team. Clipper Jones is one of the best baseball players ever. They won the World Series in 1995 to beat the Indians 1-0 in Game 6. They won 4-2. That was 26 years ago. 26 years ago, they beat the Astros 7-0 to end this shutout. Unbelievable shutout to beat the Astros 7-0. But who cares? They celebrated. The Braves celebrated. The players celebrating. The fans are happy. Players are happy. The manager is happy. On the Houston Astros, they had a great season. That's the bait, girl. He had never won the World Series title. 2002, he was a San Francisco Giant manager. And then 19 years later, he is the Astros. He is currently the Astros manager. I had a lot of respect for him. He should be proud of himself. Even though they had a great team, he should be proud of himself. He has a great team. But I can promise you that hopefully he'll get another one. I hope he don't retire. But anyway, let's go to CNN. It says, last night was a moment of contrast for Major League Baseball regards politician connectedness. First, Cleveland's franchise removed the Indians' scripted logo above its scoreboard at Progress Field in anticipation of the new name change to Granules that season. Then Atlanta's franchise won the World Series over the Astros in Houston as the Braves, and their fans shopping and chanting into the night as if they were indoctrinated as fake negative Americans for a John Wayne movie from the 1930s. Even though the Braves are a nightmare for anybody in social justice, they're also a dream for those of us hugging miracles. Expert and John Soler. When Braves official inquired the 29-year-old outfielder to one of the 6 trades they made around baseball's July 31st trade deadline, the team was finally Florida and he was hitting .192 for the Kansas City Royals. Soler was named World Series Most Valuable Player. Last night's six and decision game, decided game at Minute Maid Park, Soler slamming the door of his 3 home runs during the best of 7 NFL. This one was a 3-1 bomb in the bottom of the third inning, and it set the foundation for the Braves' 7-0 victory and their second World Championship since they moved from Milwaukee to Atlanta before the 1966 season. Just like that, the Braves became the most important world champions in baseball history. This is my 6th World Series as either a player or a coach, and I've never been associated with a team that has overcome this much. Braves bench coach Rizzo told me over the weekend, reflecting on his 14 years as a player through 2000 before he manages the Colorado Rockies for 4 seasons. He joined the Braves in 2017. The counts of chapters that overcame the invasion this year. You can never drop it up. In July, there's no way we're even winning the division to be standing here now. It's a moral miracle. Actually, it's a major one. These Braves had done something no other MLB team has done before. The 1969 Mets. They were legendary underdogs, but unlike these Braves, they didn't have injuries sideline their number 1 starting pitcher for the season, along with their best player, Warner Alcott. After early July, in tradition, starting Braves catcher Travis Indemora in Arizona missed 3 months with a bad hand and their cleanup hitter. Mazzarosa left the lineup for good after May on allegations of domestic violence. These Braves also lost their best pitcher of the season, Charlie Morton, to a broken leg in Game 1 of the World Series. If not those Mets, then what about the 1914 team during the Braves stayed in Boston before they moved to Milwaukee in 1953 and then to Atlanta? That team was called the Miracle Braves after sailing from last place on July 4th to sweep the powerful Philadelphia Athletics to win it all. Neither of those Braves 9-0 MLB teams spent the season with a losing record as long as these Braves before reaching the World Series. These Braves didn't bank. These Braves didn't break. .500 until August 6th. Even so, they won the National League East for the 4th consecutive year. Afterwards, they grabbed the National League Division Series over the Milwaukee Brewers and the National League Championship Series against the Los Angeles Dodgers, both favorites over the Braves. So were the Astros, playing in the third World Series in 5 years with one of the game's most lethal offenses. The Braves had a sterling bullpen, though the competition that were a star of the month opposings at the plate, but nobody on either the Braves or the Astros surpassing Soler for Clarence Monarchs. He slammed a home run as their very first battle of the World Series. He clubbed another one as a pinch hitter in Game 4 for the game winner. Then he ripped his 3-1 strike Tuesday night to single the Braves were ending their season-long tribute in style to Hank Aaron, the franchise icon and baseball great who died in January. Still, the Braves aren't a failing tale without controversy. There was former President there was former President Donald Trump's appearances at Trust Park for Game 4, and there also was the Braves organization joining Georgia's Republican Governor Brian Kemp earlier this season in blasting MLB for linking the All-Star Game out in Atlanta. Commissioner Ron Murphy did so after Georgia's Republican lead state excellent in passing the corner on voting law, who restricts as well, as I've written elsewhere, an attack against the state's moderate sentences. Before Game 6 on the NLCS, the Braves invited Travis Tritt to sign the national anthem, and Tritt is an Atlanta regular who is intolerant vaccine and prince of right-wing politics. Most strikingly, Braves officially refused to get rid of the shopping and the chanting. They are causing it during the games with a DJ maze on all the ballpark's video boards of a tomahawk and the tomahawk going up and down. Even medical workers have logged in to improve on before next season. So what is happening here, folks? What has happened? The Braves, they won World Series in last night, and it is what it is, and just like that, it is what it is. They have just won the World Series, and just like this, it's just unbelievable what we're going to see. And next year, they'll do it again back to back. Hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see. But what about the New York Mets? Did they won in 1986? Did they saw that Bill Buckler, who had a ball in the glove of his hand when he almost had a ball, had a glove. The ball came out with Bill Buckler's glove, right? It slipped away, went past through his glove. That was like 35. That's just yes, that was 35 years ago. 35 freaking years ago. And yeah, it is. And it was, the ball was right there. It passed right through Bill Buckler's glove, and they give it up the Mets for the winning run to get to Game 7. And Boston came up and they failed. They failed in Game 6 to win the World Series. They failed again. This time, Game 7. On that day in Game 7, the Mets went on to win the World Series with a strikeout, and they won the World Series. That was 35 years ago. Unbelievable. But time will tell. In the age of 2, they never won the World Series since 1986. That was like 35 years ago. And now, the Braves. We talked about the Atlanta Braves, folks. We're talking about Atlanta history. That was their dream. That was their moment. That was everybody that goes around. And I never forget that. I never forget that moment. If you love it, like it, or leave it. That's the good question. That's what it is when it comes to baseball. People love it. I always know that time will come, and time flies so fast. It flies, don't it? That's what I know. That's why I always ask for it. In 1995, look, whoever knows that this is what it's happening ought to be about. This is all to be about until this is all about next year. If the Braves win back to back. Los Angeles Dodgers, who are in the 1988 last year, played 60 games last year, and they won the World Series, beating the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay hasn't won the World Series yet, but they didn't. They're being World Series 08, 2020. Never won the World Series. And as on the Diamondbacks, who did won the World Series when they beat the Yankees. That was 20 years ago. The Angels won the World Series. That was 19 years ago. They beat the Giants. Hey, it's just another day. And yeah, the Florida Marlins who have won 2 World Series titles, 97 and 03. And then you got the Astros who won the World Series. That was 2017. But came out short. They lost the World Series last night. Tough loss for them. They didn't They didn't score the one. They didn't score everything. They did not score the one. They did not have an opportunity to get it. It happened so fast. Man, I gotta get a haircut. Last thing we always know that I never know. What's happening so far? What's happening so fast? I think it looked like a nightmare. It didn't look like a nightmare for me. It happened. It really could. It really is. I gotta tell you right now. Every time I know it, every time I see it, every time just a little bit of just my imagination. Just my imagination what's happening here. Baseball means everything to me. It means everything to me when I watch baseball. I went to soccer. I went the video of the game for soccer. But I couldn't go this year because of the COVID. Maybe next year, maybe next season, I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. Hey, it's something that we want to know about. It's baseball. It brings so many memories. Even though if you're a fan, you're a kid, you're always going like, I play this. I got this baseball team. I scored when I was 14. I scored an RBI in Holly Middle School. In Holly, that was my middle school sports that I did play. But anyway, always you have to do what you got. People got to do what you have to do, and that is fun. Very fun to watch. So anyway, that's gonna be it for the video. And also, congratulations. One more time, congratulations to one more time for the Atlanta Braves baseball. I say this one more time. Congratulations to the 2021 Atlanta Braves baseball when they win the World Series. And yes, it's the beginning of the party. Just party like it's 1995. Go Braves, you deserve it. And until then, I'm Joseph Crudup. I will be see you tomorrow. Till then, take care everybody.